Hello, how are you? This is Mrs.Z. Today we're going to talk about grade 5 mission 4, lesson 14. It's a word problem. So let's start. Solve by drawing a rectangular fraction model and writing a multiplication sentence. So we need the fraction model and then we also need multiplication sentence. Okay. Beth had 1/4 box of candy. She ate half of that, half of the candy. What fraction of the whole box does she have left? So, very often kids don't forget that when you are talking about fractions, you have to think about the whole. This is very important. The whole box, the one that she already ate and one that she still has. So let's use the strategy. We read, we draw, and we write. Okay, read, draw, and write. Let's go again. Pat had 1/4 box of candy. So she has that. So let's make this box. And that is going to be the whole candy that she used to have, like box of the candy. Okay. If that is the whole box, then it's 1, correct? But they said she had 1/4 of this. So how are we going to show fourth? We can cut this in half. That's two halves, but we need fourth. So we're going to cut half each into the half approximately. And then we will have 4 pieces. So now this is a box of chocolate that used to be, but the story says that she had only 1/4. She has 1 out of 4 pieces. She ate this much of the box. So this is what is left over of it's 1/4. But then she decided she's going to eat half of this. So it's a part, this is a part, and she's going to eat part of this. So she's going to eat half of that. But remember, we have to think about the whole. So when we now go horizontally and we cut this horizontally into 2 pieces, we actually have to cut all the way through. Like I can cut this into 2 pieces, but that's not the whole of it. So we have to encounter all this box that used to be full. So now the parts are equal size, and we know that she ate only 1/2 of this yellow part. So if I take my red pink, you can see that this is the half of the used to be like this way, half of the whole box. But really what we need is just this part that becomes orange, and that is how much is 1/2 of 1/4. So this here is our answer on our problem. What is 1/2 of 1/4? Which is multiplication problem of a fraction. 1/2 times 1/4, or 1/2 of 1/4. So now we can find out answer right there. So if we think that this is the answer, we can make it like there. Okay, so we can see, okay, the answer is a fraction. We have only 1 piece. Now our whole is cut in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces. So 1/8 is our answer for that. How much is 1/2 of this yellow part, or 1/4? It's 1/8, 1/8 pieces. So this is a mathematically that we can pictorially we can do, but now we can do also as they ask us multiplication sentence. So what we needed, she had one, um, she had the 1/4 of a chocolate, but she wanted 1/2 of 1/4. So one half. What is 1/2 of 1/4? And that's what we did. So now or we can say what is 1/2 times 1/4. And when we have this multiplication sentence, we have to use the rule of multiplication. They say if you will like to multiply fraction by fraction, you're going to multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator. What that means that you're going to multiply the top numbers, and then you're going to multiply the bottom numbers. Okay, so 2 times 4, 2 groups of 4 is 8, which makes our whole now. And then 1 times 1 is 1, so our answer is 1/8. So what is 1/2 of 1/4? Is really 1/8, because we were looking what is a part of a part. Okay, now if Bet decides to refill the box, what fraction of the box would need to be refilled? Remember, she had 1/4 this yellow part, but then she ate half of it, which is this piece. So only what is left is this 1/8 piece, correct? So each is 1/8, the one that she ate before, and everything becomes 1/8. If you think about how many she needs to refill, you can see, okay, she only has this part. She ate everything else, so everything else has to be refilled. So we can say, okay, 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8 needs to be refilled, because she still has 1/8. That's that yellow part. You see, she still has that. But to make a whole, you need a 7/8 more, because together 1/8 and 7/8 will make her whole box. And whole box is 8/8, which is also 1. Okay? So this was a lesson 14 word problem in grade 5 module 4. I hope you likes it, and thank you very much for listening. This is Mrs.Z. Have a beautiful night. Goodbye.